bouts before. Here we go, round one. Dan in the red corner, James in the blue corner. Big swing over the top by James, and Dan just catches him on the inside. Dan's trying to stay calm, whereas James, he's throwing some big strikes. He turns his back. That's never a good look. Good jab by James. Nice by Dan. Good right hand. And Dan's just sliding out of the distance, making him miss. Nice footwork by Dan again. And he lands a right hand left hook on the inside. He's found his distance now with that right hand. Good jab to the body by Dan. James is looking to uncork a big strike. Dan's got his hands nice and high, eyes wide open. Oh, right hand left hook just misses the target. And when James is going back, he's going back with his head straight up. His guard is really low and his head straight up in the air. If Dan can find the distance, could be devastating. Nice right hand left hook by Dan, and he stays on James. James is looking to tie him up. Nice jab by Dan. Good parry of James's jab when it's coming at him. Oh, nice right hand left hook. Nice right hand to the body at the end of the combination. James takes a deep breath. Good uppercut on the inside by Dan. He's really letting his hands go toward the end of this first round. Ripping the right hand to the body. Excellent first round. Dan really found his distance halfway through that round and started to impose his will. If we have a look at the replay, here we see James lunging forward and Dan just staying on him, forcing James to turn his back to create some distance. James lunging forward, Dan stays in the pocket, lands a right and left hook, and he's just pivoting off at the end. Nice combination coming forward, and James is just pulling out with his head straight up. Nice jab to the body by Dan, and then he comes over the top with a right hand and follows it with a 7-8 punch combination. Excellent uppercut there by Dan on the replay, and then let some shots go to the body. Round two. Right hand to the body to begin the round for Dan. Uppercut landed beautiful in the middle of that combination. When James is throwing his jab, his head's coming straight up in the air and his chin's coming high as well. James switches southpaw, Dan punches him straight to the body, makes him pay straight away. James just needs to be careful when he's feinting with that left hand because it's coming low toward his waist. Dan's looking to land that right hand over the top. Nice right then left hand by Dan. Covered some distance with those shots. And again, he goes to the well, he goes to the jab to the body. And he's really got James's distance now. You can see the shots coming at him. Oh, nice right hand over the top. He disguised it behind the right hand to the body. Dan goes left hook to the body as well. James didn't appreciate that one to the body. Oh, good combination by Dan. He's not loading up too much. He's really finding a home for his shots. James tries to land his own uppercut left hook on the inside. Dan just needs to be careful because James really is live the whole time this fight's running. Good leading left hook followed with the right hand by Dan. He's just walking James down at the minute. Good jab. James called him on and ate a couple of shots for good measure. And Dan jabs him to the chest. Follows it with right hand left hook. Just misses the target. James has excuse me, Dan's corner thinks he can get him out of there. Dan is really taking over this fight if we watch the replay. Dan covering some excellent distance with his right hand, then his straight left like a shovel uppercut. Here James is trying to use his movement to get out of the range. Dan says no, I'm going to slip and rip. Goes uppercut, left hook. Here we see another replay. James waves his man on. Dan lands an excellent jab that snaps James's head back, followed with a 1-2 which snaps his head back. I wouldn't recommend calling Dan on again because his hands are looking sharp. James is telling Dan's corner to get out of the ring. He wants to start this third round straight away. He must think Dan's tired. He really needs to up his output in this third round. Touch of gloves. Nice slip by James. He started with better head movement this round. Nice double jab. Right hand just misses the target by Dan. And his hands are always nice and high. Nice double jab to try and close the distance again. Good left hook to the body. And James jumps in with the left hook. Double jab by Dan, returned by James. And Dan stays on him. Nice power jab to the body. Dan's got James's distance. Nice parrying James's jab. Nice left hook to the body. Good right hand left hook over the top. I feel as though if Dan starts going through the gears, he could have James in trouble here. Dan closing the distance with his feet. Good jab to the body. Nice right hand over the top with the left hook. Good jab to the body again by Dan. I think that's a really unappreciated tool. And again, he goes to the well. Oh, good 1-2 by Dan. And then goes to the body. James says that didn't hurt him. Good jab to the body again by Dan. Oh, excellent left hook. He's really got the distance and the timing. Excellent boxing bout. Dan did a fantastic job throughout that fight. He really controlled the fight. He controlled the distance. He landed the cleaner shots. He landed the heavier shots. James just couldn't really get going. Here we see some of the replay. Good lunging left hook by James. We needed to see more of that throughout the fight. Here we see Dan going to the body with the jab, coming over the top with the right hand, followed with the left hook. James tries to return, but Dan uses his feet to get out of the distance. Here we see Dan go to the body with the straight right hand. James says, that's nothing, didn't hurt me. Tries to tag Dan with the left hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, what about that? 3 great rounds of action. Let's hear from these guys. The fight going the distance. We went to the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Your winner is, in the red corner, Dan Hobson.
Fantastic victory by Dan. He really took it to James, landed the heavier shots, landed the cleaner shots. Well-deserved victory tonight. Win on his debut.